Joining us now in the arena, perhaps one of those officials that Phil was referring to, President Trump's senior trade advisor, Peter Navarro. Sir, thanks very much for being here. My first question to you here, the bond markets got queasy here, according to the President of the United States, and it seems the Treasury market still shows some signs of queasiness. Has what's unfolded here fundamentally altered for the worse the foundation of our global financial system?
Look, just in a joking manner, I think CNBC is going to sue CNN for intruding on their financial analysis and all of that. And what I just heard in terms of the market analysis, I mean, like, that to me is pure spin. You had the highest rise in stock market history yesterday. Of course, there's going to be a little pullback. The question is, what spin are you going to put on it back? It's just a normal retracement after a big day. It's no big deal. Let's look at where we are, and this is what's the good news for the American people. If you simply look where we are now, we've got a 10% global tariff in place, and we're taking in about probably $4 billion a day. Well, we were losing $4 billion. We're taking in about $2 or $3 billion now. So that's all to the good. We're clawing back some of that dangerous trade deficit, and we've set a 90-day negotiation in motion where at least 90 countries now want to come in and see us. And what they're going to do is literally offer us collectively hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars of opportunity to bring manufacturing here, to sell energy there, and do all sorts of things to balance our trade. We are in a beautiful place. And look, folks in the media keep trying to stir people up, panic people, when yesterday we had the perfect result from the kind of negotiation Donald Trump does. Now, the bond market, I don't know what you're upset about the bond market. We have yields coming down, which is great news for people who want to get a mortgage and home builders and all of that market. And for people who have consumer credit debt, that's good news. For people who want to go out and buy a car.
We've seen more selling of U.S. Treasuries, which again is the foundation of
the
the whole
auction
thing.
went fine yesterday. To be clear, the auction went fine. And for your viewers, what they had, the Treasury opens up a window for I think something like 15 or 30 minutes, and there's a bid, and we had a lot of participation in it. It went fine, and because the rest of the world thinks this is the best place to be. So I'm trying to figure out what's the problem. We've set in motion this beautiful negotiation schedule. We're going to have India, Australia, Great Britain, the EU, Japan, South Korea. They're all coming in. They've all been cheating us, and we're all going to get good deals from them to help the American people. We should be cheering.
I want to get to the timing on that in just a moment. But you said that what happened yesterday was beautiful with the stock market going up. It was clearly a reaction to what President Trump decided to do. Were you in the room? Were you a voice advocating for this pause? And just in a straightforward way, were you in the room with the president when he made this decision?
So that's the wrong question to ask. Was I part of the process?
Were you in the room?
Hang on.
Were you in the room?
You don't understand how this works. You don't have to be in the room to.
Well, with President Trump, actually, you often do.
Hang on. I never talk about, and I went to prison for this. I never talk about what happens in there. What happens in the Oval.
I'm not asking what was said, sir. I'm asking, were you there or were you not?
Let me tell you about the process, okay? The process is we've got Scott Besson, Howard Lutnick, Jameson Greer, Kevin Hassett, J.D. Vance, myself, Steve Marin at the CEA. We all discuss all these things, and we provide advice to the president, and he ultimately makes the decision. Everybody was on side, and everybody was in the loop on this, except for poor Jameson, because he was on the hill doing his job.
Let me play a little bit of what
people who criticize Jameson Greer for not knowing about it when he's sitting in front of a congressional hearing. I mean, that's not fair to the guy. I love Jameson Greer.
Well, it's not necessarily fair to send him into the hearing without some heads up here. But hold on a second. I just want to play for you what Kevin Hassett, one of the people on this team that you just outlined, had to say earlier today about this. Watch.
Sure.
The person who, right at the final minute, was with the president when the president decided to do the pause that we had been talking about all along was Secretary Lutnick. Secretary Lutnick and Secretary Bessent were in the room for the final call with the president.
Now, is there daylight?
What I heard Kevin Hassett say was the people who were in the room were the ones who had been talking to the rest of it. It doesn't matter who's in the room. The boss calls it, whatever. That's not the point. The point is that this team is the best team in history. We provide them the appropriate set of advice. Every one of us on the team has a different skill set that combines to the collective wisdom of the group, and the boss makes the decision. And look, Casey, please, would you give us some kudos here for what happened? We're on a path now. We're in for over 90 days. We're going to have every country come in who's admitted they cheated us, giving us hundreds of billions of dollars back for the American people and bringing investment here.
So
I mean,
we can
that's
put up
what
on
happened.
the screen
I don't know how you
long
spin it
some of this takes,
any other
right?
way.
So we've got a graphic that shows other recent trade deal negotiations. Okay, we can put it up for viewers. With Central America, 16 months. The USMCA, 15 months. South Korea, 14 months. Australia, 14 months. We tried to do it with the UK, our strongest allies. It was paused after 3 years and 7 months. How can you do
Casey,
any single one of these in 90 days, let alone all of them?
Hang on, you're missing the whole point. Those kind of deals. Yes, let me explain. The kind of deals like the renegotiation of NAFTA and all of that, that's governed by a set of rules and laws that will take time to do that. What we're going to do is
right, but like the US-UK one is not under that.
We have the capability.
It's bilateral and direct.
Yeah, Casey.
Continue.
I'm telling you, we have the ability to come up with a deal. Jameson Greer, Howard Lutnick, Scott Bessent, whoever's sitting in the room with Japan or South Korea, the boss is going to be the lead negotiator, and we can get that done. And one of the things we're going to do is you're seeing all those law firms that are giving us like $100 million at a crack of free legal advice. We're going to hopefully have them very much involved in all of this, and we do stuff in Trump time, which is to say as quickly as possible. So do you think we can get a deal done? Yes, we're going to get those things done very quickly. We will do that, and it's not going to be USMCA taking 18 months to do it. It's not that kind of deal. It's a different framework.
Okay, I guess we're about to put that.
Let's see what happens.
Test.
Okay, 90 days. We're going to have announcing deals, and we're going to get them done. Take that to the bank.
So let me ask you this: you ran through the list of people that are part of this kind of brain trust, right? One person you didn't mention was Elon Musk, who, of course, was out there, said that he would like to apologize for to BRICS, for saying that you were dumber than BRICS because it was insulting to BRICS. My question to you is, have you patched it up with Elon Musk?
Elon and I are fine. We're great. It's no problem. I said that earlier. It's like, it's no problem. It's no problem. Look, he's got a job to do. I got a job to do. The president values Elon. He's doing a great job on Doge, and he's paying a very heavy price. And I feel sorry for him on that. Nobody should have their cars firebombed by crazy people. That's just wrong. And nobody should be doing the kinds of things they're doing. But look, the amount of waste, fraud, and abuse, I hope CNN will at least acknowledge that a lot of that waste, fraud, and abuse hurts Democrats as well as Republicans.
Yeah,
I mean,
look, let's
that's
just
Elon's
stay
job.
on
My
trade,
job is
though.
trade. Elon does Doge, and the twain doesn't meet, and it's great. I mean, that's a tempest in a teapot, and it's in my rearview mirror, and it's in his, and we're fine.
Okay, fair enough.